One more time. One more time. Oh, brother. At least that should be practiced. Okay. Let's do a thought experiment. All right. Imagine you take a character from Tekken 7, a character who, during the lifespan of the game, was indeed strong, did have nice qualities, right? And then let's say you say, fuck all that. Remove the poking, remove the counter hits, remove the combos, right? And we're gonna put all that power budget into chains, uh, hell sweep. If I can do it, hell sweep, and like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Chains, hell sweep, and then later in the season, this move. All right. So the three tools that he's strongest on, like the three tools that is Devil Jin and Devil Jin alone, is chains, plus 11 on block, plus 16 on hits. Bar Rising 2, 14 frame launcher. Alright. 14 frame natural hit launcher, stop steps to both sides. And then you have Hell Sweep. If I can do it. There we go, Hell Sweep. Which is really fast, really fast, like 16 frames, unreactable, but it's a launcher. And then Heat, it has an amp version. We're gonna get to that later. So I know this is gonna be a Kuni video. I just want to get this part out the way because I've been trying to record it several times, but it keeps closing down for some reason. The three characters that I play is Yoshimitsu, Kunimitsu, Devil Jin. That's the trifecta. And where Kunimitsu and Yoshimitsu have bullshit, they still feel like a character outside of their bullshit, right? Where whenever I lose on those characters, of course, since I'm still pretty low level, I can wholeheartedly say, yeah, 100% skill issue. There was exactly something I could have like done there, tools I could have used there. I probably have a great matchup against this character on this character, right? Like there's some way I could have played it, right? And like I'm not even referring to like, oh, there's always something you can do to win against someone. I mean like on not even on the fundamental level, just like the things that I have like I know how to do already, right? On Devil Jin, there is less of that. It's still present because there's like the people I face are so weak. The only difference that I say between Yoshimitsu, Devil Jin, and Kunimitsu so far is that I've played a lot of Devil Jin. I'm taking Emperor with Devil Jin right now. Playing Devil Jin, there's just sometimes where it feels like, yo, bro, is this a character? Is this a real character? Like, for example, all the power budget is in chains. Bullshit evasion tools like backswing blow, Samsada, right, and then like Hell Sweep. Like Hell Sweep, while Rising 2 mix. That's where the power budget is. His 1-1-2 doesn't wall splats, right? He does have a throw game, right? So he has good qualities, but like those qualities are from a game he's no longer a part of. Like Tekken 7, like characters with perfect throw games don't tend to lose them. Only the OG characters have perfect throw games normally. Right, so he's gonna have that, but in this game it's just chains, Hell Sweep, Raw Rising 2 mix, and then like his evasion. I forgot to mention the evasion before, but it's worth noting. Even though that evasion is pretty gimmicky, I'll just throw it in there. So for this character's entire power budget to be like, oh, a move that's launch punishable and block, launch punishable and block. Launch punchable and block. Launch punchable and block. So none of these moves really fucking count because the second they do it and you block, they die. So they don't move. So his power budget for I feel oppressive or I'm strong is chains and hell sweep. If I could hell sweep and hell sweep, that's it. That's as far as it goes. Like, this isn't really that good. But then again, it is just supposed to be like a fast mid. But like, oh, it has a follow up for like 30 something damage. No, it doesn't. This follow up, launch punishable. Launch punishable. Right? So that's not it. They essentially shifted all his power to these tools, which were admittedly annoying as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. They shifted his power to tools that were annoying as fuck, and everything else was left to the wayside. And he doesn't feel like an actual character. He just feels like chains and hell sweep the character. And I'm being obviously hyperbolic. I'm being a bit exaggerative, right? Because on a fundamental level, every single character can be brought to the highest level of play just using fundamentals alone. But like when you're trying to like play Devil Jin as like Devil Jin the way the moves are, like you want to use fly, you want to use this, you want to like do things, and the game essentially punishes you for playing your character. 442 having its range where that doesn't reach, so it's like it's kind of rough sometimes. Like a single like backdash from this person means I miss. And it can have moments where it's like, okay, it has decent range. Sometimes it feels like it has terrible fucking range. It feels inconsistent. So the character with no poking, and let's say we ignore all the gimmicks, so those are all like bounds to be like launch punishable. The only thing he really has is chains, heat, and hell sweep. Because no one complains about 112. No one complains about down 4-2. Even though this down 4-2 transitions him on counter hits into his stance, but you have to hold forward, which is really fucking awkward, right? Whatever, right? No one complains about any of his strings because they're not strong, right? No one complains about like I'm being so serious. No one complains about any of his strings because they all have glaring weaknesses. Like you can duck underneath the high here, you can sidestep this, you can power crush, I believe, both the variations, right? This string here, even if it leaves you +4 for that hits, you can jab interrupt it, you can sidestep it, right? And then it doesn't. This hit here is a launcher and leaves you +4, which is decent. But again, it's interruptible, sidesteppable. Also, honestly, if they just kind of stand against you, they kind of just live, and there's not much you can do. So like, there's nothing Devil Jin has is worth complaining about. Even this move, if you're complaining about it, just fucking block. All his lows are pretty bad. Right, that's a launch punishable low. It's -4 on hits. You go for your turn and forces crouch. So maybe like you can do something like that, or this. You know what I mean? So if all these moves aren't complainable, then what are the complainable moves? Like chains, hell swoop, all the stuff that is powerful. Whenever someone complains about something in a kit, it's because it's strong. If it wasn't strong, they wouldn't complain. They wouldn't complain, right? It's either two groups. It's either strong, so I'm gonna complain, or it's cheesy, so I'm gonna complain. An example of this is like King, when he has like that drop kick low that looks like a mid, but is a low that you can't low parry and you can't punish, even though it says it's launch punishable. Yeah, that's cheesy. That's just annoying as fuck, right? But that's annoying because you are helpless to do anything about it, right? Not so much that the result itself is that good, right? Versus, oh, there's something there, you can do something about it, but the result is good, Where before we had 2-2 be a launcher, so people would complain about it, right? There was a reason you're like, oh, I just got hit across the map by chain. Now I'm dead. He gets a guaranteed launcher combo, right? Oh, he just hit me with the just hit me with the hell sweep. Now Radar, I lose the round. That's because these tools are strong, but his entire power budget as a character has been funneled into like 2 sections or 3 sections, whether it be heat, fucking chains, and hell sweep. And now this character doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have poking, doesn't have range, doesn't have tracking, doesn't have counter hits. It feels essentially like, sure, there's times there's like, yeah, he can do tons of damage with his combos, but all the access to high damage from his kit is from a risk standpoint. And you're like, oh, that's how it should be. Every character should be risky. Yeah, but like literally everything is risky. There's nothing given to you on this character. Like that's 33 damage, right? But on block, minus 14. Minus 23, but the follow-up would lead to can you help me, bro? I feel like I'm doing it, bro. Alright, there we go. That's 37 damage. So like it's high damage. 37 off of a low is good. But you're never going to use this. You're always gonna go for the hell sweep. And then do a combo. Which will equate to it. Right? So no matter what, like I have to do this variation of the low. If I can do it. There you go. I have to do this low. I gotta use chains. And all my strings are trash, and all my poking trash. So essentially, when you're playing Double Jin, other characters, like if you're playing Nina, you're poking to poke. Like the big read is a byproduct of you stressing your opponent. What it feels like on Double Jin, and for a lot of times on Yoshimitsu, because he's a trick-based character, is you're only doing these other moves in the meantime for your payoff. As in, the thing you look for on these characters is the exploitation of someone else's weakness, which is like, yeah, it's a fighting game, and doesn't everyone do that? To an extent, yes, everyone does that, but you have to understand that for Double Jin, it's the entire thing. If I notice someone doesn't know what to do on this, in that situation, I have to run that situation. You gotta run it. Like, the thing that your game plan on Double Jin is not, alright, I'm just gonna poke him out. Oh, this guy likes to duck when I do this. Okay. Or, hold on. What's a better example? It's like, I need to poke him out. That guy likes to duck after I jab him a couple times. Okay. Right? Like, you get a read, you do down 4-2, something safe, and like you just go, oh, my read paid off, I got a big reward from it, back to poking, because poking is my main thing. On Double Jin, it essentially feels like you have to spend most of your time taking a massive risk for essentially the bare minimum. Where like other characters like Nina, Dragunov, they can poke you and still get reads. Like this move here, minus 14. Just gotta do the first part. It's delayable, hit confirmable, right? So there is safety. Like I'm being a bit over exaggerative where I'm like, this doesn't feel like a character. The best description of it is this character is not only bottom one in the game, he also feels less enjoyable on a level of like your buttons, right? Because we pushed all the power budget into heat, essentially, and then they've nerfed heat across the board as a system mechanic. Like they did system changes to heat, but that was all his tools. That was essentially the whole bag. You nerfed the whole bag that he had when you brought him over, gave him chains, which is just an excuse to use chain 2, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's just an excuse to use chain 2. And then also the excuse to use, like, chain 3, chain 1, right? Like, it's pretty much just boils down to, like, chain 2 was the main culprit. And then you made that no longer a heat dash launcher. Which, like, sure. People didn't enjoy being full screen hit by a launcher. Cool, I understand that. So now, instead of it being a launcher, it's a knockdown, right? 43 damage. You're like, oh, so what's the problem with that? The issue is, again, this is where he's supposed to be strong, right? You nerfed it across the board. He is weak across the board. Same amount of damage. In fact, maybe even more. You've de-incentivized me to use my heat tools. Essentially. like Dojin actually doesn't want to use heat. Which is hilarious. I know Harangs are having the same thing where if you're in heat, Flappy Kicks doesn't counter hit. So it's like, dang, I need to leave heat if I want to do a counter hit situation with Flappy Kicks, which is awkward. But at least Harang has the advantage that he can keep pressing in your face, and it's essentially like a massive knowledge check. Devil Jin doesn't have that luxury. For a character who is so risky on all his strings, has so many weaknesses in his strings, is so negative on so many of his strings. A bunch of his like random tools are launch punishable, right? He doesn't have a wall splat 1/1. So it's just a knockdown, which is whatever. It basically means nothing. Like a knockdown for like 25 damage doesn't really do anything. So this character with such lackluster range, tracking, no poking, had his heat budget reduced, and in exchange they gave him that move, that poke. They gave him one poke from T7. They could have given him 3 or 4. They didn't. I'm not, because this sounds like I want Diligent to be like Giga Busted, right? I want characters to have risk reward. I want there to be a balance. But it feels as if this is the only character in the game the developers actually fucking hate. Like, not the current developers. Whoever was responsible for the Season 0 Day 1 patch drop where they made this character a gimmick 50-50, because essentially the only thing that people will ever complain about is instant raw rising, house sweep. That makes, right? That and chains. That and like the chain launcher. But that's gone now. That's fucking gone. And on top of that, you only ever get one mix with your heat moves now. And if that means you only get one mix, that means the threatening of Hell Sweep into threatening heat Hell Sweep versus Raw Rising doesn't exist. Because you can only do it once. Which means now you don't want to go into heat on Devil Jin. Now you don't want to do the heat version of Hell Sweep. If you hit a heat engager, you have only 2 heat move attempts. Which I know a lot of people, it's a big deal for them as well. But you don't understand how big of a deal that is for, like, Devil Jin. Devil Jin would get heat, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna threaten you. Do an option. I'm gonna threaten you again. Do an option. Right? And because the heat moves didn't take your entire bar, it would create entire pressure sequences where you actually had to care. All right, where was I? Yeah. So essentially, you lost out on so much of your power budget for these tools where you're in a precarious spot, but if you do hit like some random bullshit, it can't steal around, and then they took your round steal away from you. That's essentially what it feels like. That's essentially what it is. Because keep in mind, if you heat burst in a combo, you only get, if I could do it, why can't I help me? You only get one amped uh one amped hell sweep. Which, hold on. Why did he not block? Hold on. See how it got blocked? And that's the funny part too. That's the funny part. Uh, if you noticed, if you just do the first part of the hell sweep, nothing happens. You can burn your. Hold on. If you do the full part, so when you spin the heat to do the amp version, you can do it while it's getting blocked. Like it doesn't stop you from activating it because it got blocked and you keep your heat. No, it just consumes your heat and you're getting launched. So something that was already super risky, that was already 50-50 for both you and your opponent, because you gotta remember, this used to be minus 14. I swear this used to be minus 14. This should be so fucking risky. I know this was minus 14 at some point. If I ever find my Devil notes from when I was learning them, I'll look at it. But like, this used to be minus 14. This used to be like a death sentence. Or was I always thinking of like this? Maybe I was thinking, maybe I got confused. Maybe I always assumed that this was minus 14, and when I did this, I was like committing myself to like war crimes. I was committing myself to like die. Like it was either they die or I die sort of situation, and that's what Devil Jin. That's essentially what Devil Jin feels like. It's effectively feels like the second they guess right at any point in time, I'm dead. Which isn't a fun archetype to play, because it means if your opponent guesses wrong at any point in time, they're dead. But then they nerfed the your portion of it, so now it's just, oh, if I guess wrong, I'm dead. It just That's essentially what it is. Because here's the thing, you can only threaten them with one. So if that one you threaten them with gets blocked, your heat's gone. So I'm never going to do the amp heat version. It's just not worth it. Another note is this unblockable. Before it did 45 damage. Now it does 38. You're like, oh, what's the big deal? It was used as a round ender. It was used as like, see how he's at, let me punch him up. See, he's at 42. I would go, alright, bet. I win. Except I don't, because the damage was taken away. Since the damage was taken away, now there's another interaction in which I could get fucking cheesed out or lose. It was used to close out rounds, and now you cannot use it to close out rounds. Obviously, being a little bit hyperbolic, you can still close out rounds if they're below 38 HP. But the distinguishing if they're 38 HP or less is fucking hard when it's just a bar above your head and not numbers. So now you go in, you do the heat mix, which mind you, it's on a stance when you have no reason to duck. You have no reason to duck except for that unblockable. This unblockable is the only reason to duck. entirely. You can make an argument of, oh, I don't want to sidestep because there's the two options that can give him heat. Except, what's gonna happen? You just eat what? 40 damage? Because if I do the heat version, like let's say 43 damage. You ate 43 damage. In exchange for my entire heat bar, and we're resetting back to the neutral, you took 43 damage. Hey, bro. Clearly, it was worth it. You know what I mean? Clearly, spinning heat on that heat dash is a good idea. Which also means your combos are nerfed. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, think of it this way. If you ever want to threaten anyone, right? You want to threaten anyone, but you want to use, let's say this route. Right? You have to be cognizant that whatever you do after heat is going to be your only heat mix. Because keep in mind, if your opponent is not dumb and they're aware of how the game works, they're gonna go, oh, it's a Devil Jin. Okay. Oh, he's doing a combo. I'm taking 73 damage. Okay. That sucks. He's gonna hell sweep. Or they go the opposite way of, oh, I don't care if he hell sweeps. If I can hell sweep. Fuck it. I don't care if he hell sweeps. Because if he does hell sweep, it takes all of his heat away, and I'm already at the wall, so he gets a mini combo. So his heat's gone. Versus if I duck, and he does that, he can't even do a big combo anyway. Because he already used his heat. I'm sorry. Like, what even is the combo here? There we go. Maybe like this, or... Yeah, you can still do that. Like, I guess from here, I do like, maybe like this. That's actually a decent amount of damage. Hold on, how much is that? Yeah, that's a fat amount of damage. That's like, from 100 to 19. Let's do the opposite then. That's 81. Yeah, like 81 damage. Which is nice, actually. Damn, I take it back. Yeah, 81 damage off that. So, if anything, I think you probably prefer... And this is what I mean, but like, I'm obviously still a lower level player, right? So, my opinions could be wrong. Here, to get that amount of damage on someone is still a lot. That is a lot of damage. Right, and that was without heat. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. So I guess I will take it back about the health food portion, because you still have access to quite a bit of damage even without heat. Yeah, like that's less damage, but you get the point where. And like I guess part of my reasoning of why I don't quite like the heat changes itself is not because I think the heat changes were bad, is because essentially Diligent as a character is so dependent upon these few tools that I think if they were to just allow him to be a character, like think of it this way, his tracking sucks, but it's a 3D game. I'm fine with having characters whose tracking sucks. His poking is bad. That sucks. Any character who can't poke, who like relies on gimmicks, fucking sucks. Alright. I would like him to get his poking. I was wrong about the Hell Sweep mix. I'll say I was wrong about the Hell Sweep mix only in the sense of like, because you can still sidestep Hell Sweep, can't you? In fact, no. That might actually make me correct again. Which direction can you sidestep Hell Sweep for this character? Because I forgot that you could even do that in the first place. Like you can sidestep, or sidewalk the Hell Sweep and then block for the Rising 2. You can do that. You can 100% sidestep or sidewalk block. And it's like I know Diligent has like some tools that are objectively good. Like this stopping sidesteps is crazy good. You see someone sidestepping you stopped it. In fact, I'm gonna go play around. Cause like I'm not one of those people who are trying to make my personal character be busted or be crazy good. It like any situation where I go, oh, yeah, I'm wrong here. This is still a crazy amount of damage. This is still good. It's. I'm willing to admit it. What I'm trying to display or talk about with Diligent in that instance is the fact that you have a character whose entire identity in this game is so heavily warped from its T7 version that they're two separate characters, and this version of Diligent is based around heat and chains, and using heat and chains feels awkward as fuck. I want to use like Raw Rising 3, but that converts to fly. Everything from Raw Rising converts to fly. This goes to fly. I mean not fly, Morning Crow. So this goes to Morning Crow. Right, and when this counter hits, you get like a free launcher. Alright, this stance is crazy. The stance is indeed crazy. But it feels like because of the kit it's on, it's one of the things where the kit counterbalances the craziness due to the fact that there's no reason to duck. There's no reason to do anything interactive. Like, why trying to catch someone to press into a Rising 3 on counter hit timing it feels impossible. It feels like it never happens. He doesn't respect it. I should just do the 4th string. Yo, the combo damage is crazy. And the nigga throw. Fucking combo damage. Oh yeah, that's a frame trap. Oh brother, just found it out. Bro, I keep falling for it. Like, you would think you would want to use the backswing blow, you think you'd want to use it, but like, it gets you killed more often than not. I'm sorry, is that bugged or something? I feel like that move's bugged because I'm definitely holding back. Yeah, I don't know the matchup at all.
Get ready for the next battle.
Like, hold on, let's make the bear. There we go.
Get ready for the next battle.
Why am I facing so many Tekken gods recently? Like, where's the other Tekken Emperors?
Fight.
I actually blocked that. This guy's lagging like crazy. Holy shit. Yo, that was so bad. I think they're definitely Cody's combo damage. Whatever combo that guy did mad damage. Like, so much damage.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
Is there no one else online?
Round one. Fight.
Bro, I swear I'd be holding back. Yeah, that's really fucking annoying. That's really fucking annoying. I'm not gonna hold you. Fighting Leroy is a pain. I don't even know the matchup for Leroy, like, at all. And as a Tekken God Supreme Leroy, I know there's inflation, but fuck. Like, I feel like I have no good moves for whiff anything there. Guy's sidestepping. Oh, I missed my punish. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, brother. Oh no, I'm dead. What? I think I'm dead. I just couldn't think of the combo there in that instance. I think anything. 105. Why is he allowed to have so much damage? Dig dab into leg sweep into like launching moves. That's the flow chart. Okay. It's fucking insane, actually. GG. Yeah, fuck this. I'm not facing this guy again. I'm not doing that. Let's actually look at the gameplay footage. Look at his profile. Tekken God Supreme 43 defense. Yeah, this game's going down the drain. Holy shit. Holy shit. But like look at the inflation, look at the inflation. I've been taking Emperor and you see how bad I'm playing. This guy's Tekken God Supreme flowcharting. Like, bruh. We all can make it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Like I don't know what's happening where there's like no one on.
Round one. Fight.
I don't. Okay. Okay. I'm not quite sure what's going on, so I'm gonna start over. Plug my controller in. Start from the beginning. So he does that transition, which transitions into Hermit. I think here I can launch him. Yeah. I think when I led Leroy last time, that was something I found. Like when he transitions to Hermit via certain moves, he's like very weak. But I think that's why he like cancels into a parry. Yeah. He cancels into a parry, so I cannot like do just something regular there. Still parries me. Alright. You can do chains. He can't parry chains. Nah, he can't. Okay. So like, it's been so long since I fought a Leroy and I live Leroy. I actually just don't know. Yeah. So like, is that a punch parry? Because the chains is working. So let me try another kick. No, that parry is for everything. So like, I have to do. He just can't parry airborne moves. Well, no, because that move was airborne, wasn't it? Hold on. Yeah, I'm airborne during that. He can't parry lows though. Yeah, okay. So when he does this, I can go for a health move. All right.
Round two. Fight.
He's in stance here. Is he plus? He's +3. And I think, what did I do? I did jab, right? Yeah, I'm jabbing him. So it trades. Wait, is this fully tracking? It just tracked me. So it has a weakness to the left. Wait, or do you have to step it like immediately? Like as soon as he does it, you have to step it. But it has tracking to his right side, which is... I don't know. It feels inconsistent. What did I do? I did. Okay, bro. What is this? Heat dash. I dropped. What is the combo here? Because I think here. Maybe if I change the axis. God damn it, brother. I'm not sure what you can do here. It's only thought to get like maximum damage out of it, but alright, so we can try this. The issue is like it's such an awkward angle, and like this stabilizes it. That's why I went for the tornado like immediately. But like it's such an awkward spot to be in. So maybe I do go for this flip over and then so like that. Like all in my heat. Yeah, I think we just do that. Go for the early trade while he's high. And then go for, like, the mix. Like, as he's getting up, go for the mix. Is either gonna be Hell Sweep or... Because chain just does, I mean, because laser just doesn't work there. Oh, what I did there is this string plus 442, which is 15 frames. So basically a jab. Basically, he would have to contest with a jab. If he didn't, I feel like in that situation, that's probably even not that smart because, of course, He could just throw a jab out. It's Leroy. He throws punches. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back.
Round three. Fight.
Yeah, I was overusing. I think what happened here is I did the string too many times. I did this into backswing blow too many times, and he got used to it. What I should have done is right instead of doing backswing blow there, because you'd be like, oh, he's gonna sidestep, right? Or he's just gonna walk. You could just do. So that tracks. You could just not finish the string, be +2. Alright. He's obviously respects the string now. If I could do it. Hold on. Then you could house sweep. Go in. And then after the pushback, I could have instead of well, that wouldn't have worked because he sidestepped. Like there's other things I could have did since I know he's gonna respect. I should have known he was going to respect. Is what I should say. Yeah. But I autopiloted. And I get launched short. He dashes. I think Jade. I'm starting to feel like I can. Devil Jin has a favorable matchup against Leroy because it feels like I can range him out. Here is one of those ones where like I probably shouldn't have heat dashed in the first place. Like when I do this, right, knock him down, do that. He falls for it anyway. I don't know how he fell for that, even though he just sidestepped it. I shouldn't have heat dashed that. Then at least he able to like do this. Like the heat dash was a waste because that's the thing. Doing the heat dash doesn't do anything. It actually doesn't do anything. It's one of those moves where it's like it's a heat engager, but the heat dash is actually fucking worthless. Alright. That's for more damage. That's a bad move to do. Alright. Just need to get the pancake flip. Get the flip going. I guess the heat dash is just for safety, just in case. Cause I don't know if I'm gonna hit him. I'm doing it off of like a guess, you know what I mean? I know this one's on me. I like brain farted when I did this. Like anything works here. Like anything at all. Like anything at all works. Like if I did the standard combo, I just win. But I didn't. My brain like just froze. And then I get fucking. Is that a flow chart? That has to be a flow chart. Like that can't be one string. So he does dick jab. Down one. Is that all one move? Is it down back one forward four? Down back one. So down back one is the dick job. I mean he did down forward four. What's the move? Down forward one? Four? I'll just have to look at the move. I can't seem to figure it out from here. The fact... No. This right here is some bullshit. Okay. So, I get the power crush. I try to go for a reasonably safe low. He goes, his punish is late, right? He does this move. I hold back. It still connects which means it's guaranteed off the low. I promise you, I promise you. So like, hold on. Ha, bro, was that not? Like, I don't understand. Why did it not receive my like back input? And then if I block the low, it's a yo, that's actually illegal. It's minus 13 for the low, right? But like, the follow-up is a mid, so you can't even punish it. That's actually so. That feels illegal. I'm not gonna lie. It feels illegal for like the low to not be punishable. Like to not take any damage at all, you have to block the low, stand back up. Dick jab. I still get launched in the dick jab trade. That's. So he did dig jab into leg sweep into launch. That's 34 damage. He does that move into that move. That's 61 damage for no tornado, mind you. Then tornadoes me. We're already at 72 before he used it. We were at 72 the second he used his tornado. For what's the? Hang on, put this. He doesn't have enough health. Well, we'll just go back to like further when he has like way more health. Aw, brother. I gotta find a moment where he lets me launch him. Hold on. I'll just make him whiff. Tornado, right here. 56 damage. What? I didn't whiff like that? Like, even when I like, it's so fucking weird. So hold on. Yeah, it's around 56. So like, Leroy's damage is so high that when he gets his tornado, he's at fucking 76. Like, he has to cover 113 health, mind you. Now he has to only cover 100. So if he does a 100 damage combo, I die here. So I'm like, okay, here I'm like, oh, he's at 6 health. Right? But I still have a decent amount of health left. It's probably gonna leave me in like 1 hit. I know I'm in a bad spot when I got launched there. But like, I didn't expect him to do a fucking 100 damage combo. $105. That's ridiculous. 105 is ridiculous from a no resource. Keep in mind, there was no resources spent for that. There was no resources. He didn't spend heat. He didn't spend an install. He didn't use fucking cane. There was nothing used for that. It was just a regular combo from the middle of the field that did 105 damage because he used Rage Art. You'd be like, oh yeah, the Rage Art boosted damage. Yes, I know, I understand. But normally, when I'm on Yoshi, or hell, even on Devil Jin, and I do a Rage Art combo, it doesn't get to fucking 100. It gets to like 90, 98. Like, to pass 100, actually, kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried here. When he power crushed through, that was actually scary. That was actually scary. But this is a good example of showing you, like, how this works. So let me, -9, let's say. I should have low parried. That's what I mean. So, because I do the one option, I could low parry that if I wanted to. I don't think it lets me get up fast enough. It actually doesn't let me get up fast enough to even low parry that. What's the fucking point? So I have to block it. And then I can take my turn back immediately, I guess. So if I do the 2 option, right, it beats the power crush. Right. If I do the unblockable, it beats the power crush. That trades. Yeah. So like the only option is to do the 2 to beat that. Right? Like you only can do the 2 there to beat that power crush. That is the unblockable. Something out of that. Which, like, it doesn't do any damage at all. And I don't think you're like 0 on hit. So yeah, you're 0 on hit. So since you're 0, it's just back to neutral, and you've. I think the reason the unblockable there is good is because you don't have to play the guessing game of. Because here's the way I think about the stance. When you have the unblockable, it allows you to punish people for blocking and still get damage, right? Because when you have to go for a guess, when you're going for 2, you just do the first part of 2, it's safe, they block it, you lose your turn. If you go for 1, it's plus on block, but there's risk to it because they can power crush like you saw, or they could sidestep it, right? So it's either I risk being power crush or I make sure I'm not power crushed, but I give up any chance of like future advancements in the fight afterwards. They're both mids. And one does the job of, hey, I would like to force them into a bad situation, and the other one does the job of, I would like to stop them from counteracting the stance. And it's like, what does it have to do with the unblockable doing damage? Well, because the reward for continue your fight, continue your advancements, with one being +8 and them forcing to crouch, is put them into a position where they feel uncomfortable pressing, so you can take a little bit of their health off. So you can like take health like a little bit by little bit, right? You slam on top of their heads, then you can do a slower move, or you can do like a low. You can do something that they aren't normally going to be expecting from you, and then from that low you can snowball into something else, right? You can do overhead into laser scraper, pushback, flame trap. You know what I mean? Like there's things you can do, right? Pushback and then like range trap. Uh, you can frame traps so they like to press, right? But if the person does an option that beats what you're doing in the first place, then you'd have to do the frame trap option of two. You get both of those results. You get damage and you frame trap with the unblockable. Its weakness being it's the only high in the stance, so you can duck it. And the duck means you can launch. So there's massive amounts of risk, but if you spend the entire game not doing the high version, not doing the unblockable, then it's not as bad, right? And it does that. And that's gonna be a shock to whoever it hits, even you. So you most likely can throw that attack. And the game's over from here. Cause I hit that chain from all the way over there. This 12's guaranteed. Yep. Yeah, I think there's only like Tekken God Supremes, Tekken Gods, Tekken Emperors. Like I have not been matched up against someone like lower rank today. It's only like why am I facing a Tekken God Supreme? Why is that in my bag, bruh? I guess because Tekken King, Tekken Emperor, Tekken God, and then there's Tekken God Supreme. So like two divisions away. What are we doing?
Get ready for the next battle.
But I just feel like playing some Double Jam today. Let's actually go lab Kunimitsu.
for the next battle.
Alright. Why not? Oh, I picked random. Let me go get diligent. Quick select. We're gonna need diligent for this because I know this move's better.
Ready for the next battle.
Alright, questions we have to ask ourselves. What does standard offense look like on this character? Because I noticed when I was playing, I was having a hard time with offense. I always have a hard time with offense on a new character because I get impatient and just want to go play. But what I've noticed when doing so is what are my moves for when there's nothing to do? Because I do a lot of this. Let me... Yeah, I do a lot of this, right? Done the last hit, bait it. There's... moves like that. Let me turn this on. Right, this one's pretty safe. Like all parts of it is. There's stuff like this. But also, I also noticed there's stuff where you'll do a move. Let's say you do something like this, and they're like almost out of reach. Like there's some moves where the person's almost out of reach. Like I feel like I'm always just slightly out of reach to grab someone. Is there like grab range short or something? Like, so I think what we should do is just go through the move list because I remember playing her in 7, and I think we should just go through the list. And just look at everything. We're gonna skip all the heat stuff. All right, cool. We got 111. It says that this is a launcher. Practice setting. In fact, no, we're gonna do stances first. We're gonna do, because I remember how to get into back turn. Let's do set. Set. Alright. We got set 1-2. Teleports. If you do set 1-2, then hold back. You go back turn. So set 1, 10 frame move. So you can do forward 4 into sets is +7. That number is definitely getting nerfed. I'm not gonna lie. So you're +7 into a 10 frame move. That's fucking crazy. They can do high into back turn. Right. This is also a tornado. So if I do this, this. Nice. Cool. I still know a good combo. I need to look back and see what that combo was that I gotta use. The question here is, what can this character do? Like, what can you do against this? So if I do this. I think you can sidestep this. In fact, I think what I need to do is change it to Kuni versus Kuni. Because for the most part, it's usually characters that I don't play.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright. Lewis, Spark. Yeah, you can jab her out of it. Yeah, and you can sidestep to her left. Not right though. Can you power crush? Yeah, you can power crush the last hit. You can dig jab it too. Alright. I guess I should write this down. Alright. So we're in the set tree and it's 1, 2, 1. It's I-10. It's like what? It's high mid. Okay. And then it should be safe on block, I would presume. -11, so you still get punished. If I were to -6. Let me make him stop blocking for a second. +8 on hits. Okay. And then we'll have the second part be for weaknesses. You just need to sidestep to her left to beat this option. Simple enough? Oh yeah. Tornado. We'll get better at drawing that later. Oh, we got set 1, 2, 2. This is the safe one. Right, there we go. Oh, did not turn this one off. This looks clear. Alright, I'm just gonna rewrite my notes. Let's do. We'll do it like this style. Side step. Left. And then you can power crush. Which also means you should be able to rage art, right? Yeah. Okay, let me block his fucking. So stepping doesn't seem to be a move. What's the weakness here? There has to be a weakness. I just actually don't understand the weakness. Because normally there's a weakness for each of the moves. Alright, cool. So this option isn't a launcher, it's interruptible, but these probably wall spot, don't they? Yeah. I just don't quite get it. The first option, which is unsafe, has clear weaknesses. Like a very, very, very clear weakness. So if I go back to the first one, there's a couple of ways to defend against it. Alright, so you want to step left, jab, power crush. And then I'm gonna try to press into it at the end Because I think I just got launched. Oh, I need to do something slow. Imagine because there's a wall spot. So yeah, you could definitely interrupt this. Interesting. I'm not sure what the weakness of this move would be besides Power Crush. Wait. Well, yeah, like what is the weakness in the move? Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 2. Still 10 frames. High, mid. It's safe on block. But, oh, I see. Still have it set up for... -9. We'll leave a note about... Cannot... interrupt... or... sidestep. I think small stuff like this is where a character's gonna break, because if you have a move that no matter what you can't do anything about. Cause hold on, I did Power Crush you, right? Yeah. And here's the thing, I need to test something else. This is why it's always good to have Yoshi here. Because I wanna test the moves out.
Get ready for the next battle.
Can Yoshimitsu flash the move is the question. Alright, cool. Good to have the 2 hits. Yeah, he can. Which means, oh, whoa, wait, where's he? Opponent heat activates. I need to clean up these notes. Alright, cool. That answers some questions that I had. Alright, next move. We got sets. 1, 2, 3. I actually like this move. It may be one of those moves where it's like, what are you talking about? Why do you like it? I like it because the way that it functions isn't something overbearing. Let me record again. My brain died. It isn't something overbearing, right? Like, at least in the way I view it now, right? As far as we know. If I do this, right? It beats jabs. And it jumps over lows. So maybe in the future that's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's overpowered, right? Because you have an option that's beaten by jabs. You have an option that beats jabs that's safe. I feel like my understanding may not be the best quite yet, but like I think this move is cool from the perspective of a Kuni player. As anybody else, this could suck because it's -4. So you could. See? So 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. High, high, mid, -4. Block. Frame, traps, jab. It's a low crush. Alright, cool. Now the question is, what do you have to do to beat this move? So sidewalk right works. Sidewalk left works. Sidestep works. Yeah, like this has like no tracking at all. Oh, come on, nah. So which one is he on? Sidestepping to his left doesn't work? Okay. Sidewalk left, sidewalk right works. Sidestep right works. Sidestep left gets caught. Tragic. And then of course there's power crushing. Yep. Good. Power crush. Cool. Now let's turn it off before they get to 9. We got 1, 2, 4, which is a plus option. Does it leave them crouched? It doesn't, just staggers them. Okay. So you're +3 off that. I guess the standard check would be punish, 2 hits, power crush. Yeah, power crush works for this. What about jabs? That's flash. Yeah, you can jab out of it. Okay. So 1, 2, 4, 10 frame, high, high, mid, +3 on block. Flash punishes. There's power crushing. You can jab. And of course, let's test all the sidewalks. The reason of being so extensive is because to figure out which way you should step to option select certain things, you need to know exactly all of them. So you can figure out, like, if he's only using these, I gotta go this direction, which baits him into using this, and then I'll do this to account for both of these options, like blah blah blah. Alright. Alright, cool. He's stepping. Yep. Sidewalk right works. Sidewalk left works. Side step right works. Side step left works. Alright, cool. Set 2. Let's turn everything off, because set 2 I know is a counter hits launcher. So if I turn counter hit, if I can find it, where is it? Player counter. There we go. And then it's a launcher. Alright. But what they did for this game is that it's an automatic tornado. Which is quite interesting, because last game it was just a full launcher. Like the same thing if you got like a hop kick or something, right? You just get basic launch. They go, nope, tornado. This one, you get a full combo off the counter hit slide. So you would think they would have it backwards, where the low gives you the automatic tornado, and the high, I mean in the mid, gives you the regular full combo. It's quite interesting. But I do this. So, alright, cool. So again, that gives you a free combo if you hit it counter hits. What I've discovered recently is that if you do forward 4 on block, you're +3. But this move is 12 frames. So you can, it's basically a frame trap. It's a frame trap because it sets it that you have to have a 9-frame move to beat it. And again, the only person I think who can beat it is Yoshi. So we just put, yeah. So Yoshi beats it. Raven can teleport out of it, but Yoshi just wins the situation. So let me see, it's set 2, 12 frame, mid, a counter hit launcher, and what is it on block? -9. So this isn't like, there's tools that you use for generic mid-fight poking, and then there's times where you have like a read, or you just want to like get big reward. Back set 2 is like a read moment where I'm just gonna do this on their block. I lose nothing from it. Or you're in the neutral, do this. Like you're stepping back. Oop, go in. The weaknesses of this move, I don't think this move has weaknesses. I think the fact that you have to access it, quote unquote, from a neutral skip stance is supposed to be the weakness, but it skips the neutral, so that's not really like a weakness. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, oh, if you're just dashing people's face all the time and you get hit, then sure. But I don't think there is a particular weakness to this. Maybe if it was like, cause you're +3 on it, so maybe sidewalk right works. So sidewalk right works, sidewalk left. No. What about side step right? Yep. What about side step left? Alright, cool. So the way you beat this move is you want to sidewalk / side step. And let's make sure we're clear on this. To your right. To fuck. I think I've been writing these like inputs backwards. As far as like which way is the sidewalk. And some of these are based on fuck. I need to write it down. I'm gonna put a note on top. Your side for side walking and stepping. What a pain. What a fucking pain. The concept of like you're looking at your opponent, so you'll be like stepping to their certain side makes sense to me, but it's also just easier for me to step to my fucking like no. Oh, I need to step to the right. So sidestepping left doesn't work. So you need to sidestep towards right. Sidestep right, which is her left. Fuck. Fuck it. I think I'm just gonna rewrite it. Where I think yeah, I'm gonna know at this exact point. From now on, the side steps / sidewalks will refer to opponent view. Cause like I it's more comfortable for me to say my side, like, oh, I need to step right, versus like step towards their left, like. But I think placing it as you need to step towards their like side because you're gonna be looking at them maybe better. So yeah, you can beat this just by stepping to the other side. So that Kunimitsu match that I played, the answer was to step to the right. Step right, watch. Alright. There's set 3, there's the slide. Its counter hits. I believe it's launch punishable on block, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And that's house low, 18. By 16 on block. I 18. It's a counter hit launcher. Alright. 18 counter hit launcher. What else did I miss? Now we need to see what happens. Which direction can you step it? Oh. Oh yeah, this is fuckery. Why do they cover two opposite sides? Or can you just not step it? Oh, you can sidewalk. Hold on, sidewalk. Sidewalk right. So, to beat this move, you can only sidewalk to her left. That feels awkward, bro. That feels hard. Because I feel like it's still tied the same way, like regardless of which side you're on. So I might as well have kept it, because if you say sidestep right, that always corresponds to her left. Set 4. Oh yeah, I've never seen this movie. I've never seen this move. I think no, I've seen this move in 7, but it was only the 4. I don't think the 3 was there. Like the 3 didn't exist. -18 frame startup, -8 on block for the first part, -13 for the follow up. What does this actually look like when it hits? Yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so set 4, 3, I-18, mid. Is that a mid-high? No, it's mid-mid. See, it's a teleport move. First part is minus, what, 8? And then -13. And then I'll leave a note saying 4 transitions into back turn at +6 and -8 on block. Alright, get set 1+2. Actually, hold on. We didn't even test the sidestep angle, and that's on me. So there's sidestep left. Can you even sidestep the last part of it? So let's put it on 2. Boop. So sidestepping doesn't seem to work. What about sidewalk left? Sidewalk right? Yeah, it's just not allowing any sort of stepping, which is definitely interesting. So the counterplay to this is just block then? So what if you try to jab? Well, this is the flash one first. Flash trades, but you're still standing. So you can act first. Beach jab. What about power crush? Yep. Okay. Beach power crush. Flash. Jab. Cannot. Sidewalk / step. So this is why it's important for this to be -13, right? Because if this wasn't -13, hell, like, let's say it was like -10, all right? So the cost of moving would be getting hit by this move. That I don't think it does that much damage actually. Like, how much damage does it do? Precious health is good. That's like what, 37 damage. So you take 37 damage and a knockdown. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 37 damage and a knockdown on something that you cannot avoid, you cannot interrupt, and you cannot backdash. Is backdashing an option as far as the backdash? Yeah. Yeah, you can't backdash it. So if you cannot sidestep it, you cannot sidewalk it, you cannot interrupt it, you cannot flash it, you cannot power crush, then you just kind of like have to take it. Which disincentivizes you from doing anything else, right? This is the option to use. If they want you to stop stepping, this is the option they're going to use. Because you can step that move. You can't step this one, but you can power crush it. You can step this move. So like, all the moves that are either steppable, interruptible, power crushable, rage audible are no longer. You're not able to do that as confidently, because if rage art beats all the options except for one, then you would just punish them every time they did the move, and then apply Rage Art. And like, it would be like a mind game. Like, am I gonna actually Rage Art here, or you know what I mean? And then there's like set into nothing. Like there's things you can do, or like you can see a string and then there's a weakness. Like something like that. Like for example, set 1 2 2. That being power crushable means you can Rage Art that, which means you can see the first hit and go, yeah, I can interrupt. But if you see this, you know it's not interruptible. Right? Nothing's stopping this. And I think it's not even on hit. There's no on hit restriction either. So you can whiff it. Oh, it's kind of hard to whiff a fucking neutral skip. Yeah, it goes full screen. I'm adding that to the list. Full screen. Like that's just a crazy move. Alright, set 1+2. And let's see if it's a heat dash launcher. Yes, it is. It's how many frames? 15? Okay. It's not anything crazy. So it's what? 1+2 I-15 mid heat engager dash launcher. All right. And of course, gotta see, is it stoppable? Because this is already simple enough on whether or not you can interrupt it. It's 15. You can be +3 into the stance. Blah blah blah. Oh, there's actually something. There's actually something interesting. I wanted to do. So I believe that you get a guaranteed heat engage on counter hit with forward 4. Right? See how forward 4, hold forward, you're +15. I believe is it not? Oh, I see. So there's like such a massive window. It's hard to do anything slow enough to not hit. Yeah. So like you have a 15 frame window, which I'm pretty sure means you can do that guaranteed. Which means if I'm in heat, I can fish for it. You know what I mean? That was what I was trying to do. Wait, which one is it? There we go. So it is 1-2-1, right? Alright, cool. So... What is that? Fuck. What was that notification? Alright, fine. Alright, one more attempt. Something like that. Maybe can we do 1-on-1? Yeah. I don't know if this is one of those ones where you could probably sidestep. We can definitely try. Stand blocking, sidestep right. Turn off counter hat. Caught him side walking right. And sidewalk left, right? Let's see if that works. Called the sidewalk left, too. Oh, what is it on block? It's -5? It's -5? 5? What do you... You made your heat dash launcher out of your neutral skip -5 that tracks both ways? Come on, bro. -5? Listen, I thought we were making progress. I gotta go. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Listen, just listen. It being -5 is actually criminal. And it's like, what's the big deal? It's from a stance. It's slow, 18 frames. Well, she can access that stance whenever she wants at +3, so it's 15 frames. Alright? And that's assuming she doesn't get a hit. Because if she hits you with this move, she's +7. So that 18 frame move feels like 11. Right? And there's more than one way to get to set. Alright, you can do katana into set. Alright, so you can use mental frames. There's 222 into set. Right? Right? So there's more than one way into set. And I think this on block -4. So there's going to be times where you can transition into sets. Like I think a good example would be like this, right? +6. So I'm not saying that the access to it is broken. I'm saying that you have a both side tracking move tied from a neutral skip. So they cover this distance instantly. Cause like, oh, there's no way she can threat me from here. You sure? Cause she can always do this. She could easily close the gap by doing like this, right? It's like, so what? She's not doing anything. She's closing the gap so that, oh, she can't reach me isn't true anymore. Now she can't. Safe move. Which also means if you take the step off for a second and put on punishment, and we try to do something like 1-1. See? So you were gonna get hit with the heating agent. And then she steps you after. Because if this move was -7, if this move was -9, if this move was like -8, no, even just stay in that -7. If this move was -7 and she couldn't step, you would get to run your offense. But you don't get to. Because she still can play the game afterwards. -5 is enough to activate a Power Crush. Because Power Crush is activated at frame 8. So 5 plus 8 is 13. So if you do a 14 frame move, she can Power Crush you. And I think her Power Crush... Is her Power Crush safe? I never tested that. My fault. No, it's -16. She's like, okay, do nothing for -16. Yeah. So like, it becomes a mind game, sure. The point is to have a move that's a heat engager that's accessible from right here. Criminal, especially since she can go +5 and it's not your turn. And that's another thing where the balance of like heat engagers is questionable. And like I'm not sure entirely what their game plan is, because I know for certain facts that part of the balance for heat engagers, at least in my mind, right, is that when you're dealing with a heat engager, and let's say it's a heat engager on a move that gives you some form of like crazy value, or it gives you some form of advantage, you have the heat dash there as a mechanic to incentivize them to heat dash to compensate for the fact that the move is not safe. right? Because then it forces them into a state of mind of, oh, I'm doing double jams back three. I need to heat dash to make it safe so I don't die, right? But you made a move that is completely safe on block, right? From a stance option that can be done from safety a mile away, that has multiple hits, so it's very active, right? Trying to interrupt is gonna be damn near impossible. That's forward advancing, so she covers the rest by herself in an active attack. See, like in an active attack, so she can attack you from across the screen. And then you made that move safe. That's the move you chose to be safe. So when that happens to you, there's nothing you can do. And then you chose that safe, neutral skip, cross-map move, and then you made it a heat engage. So whenever you inevitably get fucking cheesed trying to step any of the other options, you get hit with that move. Like, keep that in mind. There's other moves in the stance you want to step. So when you see her dash, you go, I should step. I'm gonna take a guess, I'm stepping. And then she does the mid, because why not? Even though there's high options, she can just do the mid, so ducking isn't a good choice. Because she has a fuck it, why not button. You can't sidestep because it tracks to both sides, so she might as well use it. It's a fuck it, why not button. Like, she doesn't have to account for you stepping left or right because she has this move. She doesn't have to account for, oh, is he gonna duck or is he standing? Because this is a mid. It will hit you regardless. She doesn't have to account for backdashing because everything's forward advancing. And you like, oh, that's probably it, right? Forward advancing, tracking the sides. Yeah, there's more because you don't have to think about whether or not someone's going to step anymore. I mean, this gets stronger. That means stuff like this gets stronger. I mean, not fully, not really. Like, essentially it means, because since this is 15 is really fast, right? Even on, like, I don't have plus frames, you can still do this. It's pretty quick, right? And you use this to, like, interrupt people, right? My concern or criticism is that this move is brain dead. This move is actually brain dead. Like there's no thinking about this. If I'm at this distance and I need N, this might as well be the new fucking Phoenix stance from Clive. You just go in and you press button. Think about it. Like, this is the safe approach tool. This is the completely safe approach tool. From all the way over here, I'm hitting my opponent. That should not be in Tekken. I am a mature enough Tekken player to go, yeah, getting access to damage over here, from like right here, is crazy. It's fucking crazy. And here's the thing. It's like, what are you talking about, champ? You're just saying a whole lot of nothing. Who cares if it's safe on block? Who cares if it's a full screen attack? Who cares if it tracks both sides so you can't step or walk? Right? It doesn't do anything. And you're like, oh, it missed. Yeah, bro, I was literally at full screen. Like, wall splat. Imagine. Imagine. You get knocked over to a wall. She's playing distance on you, making your stuff whiff. Yeah, you're dead. You're beyond dead. You're mega dead. Like you're like it's funny because I feel like I lose the message. So I'm gonna try it one more time to really hammer it in. You don't need to care about using this move because it's a high, so the initial hit can be ducked and you can be jabbed out of it, range guarded, like, you know what I mean? You don't have to use this one, which is safe on block and tracks to the sides, right? Because you can still be power crush to it, right? Or can you not? Let me check. Power crush works, so you don't have to think about whether or not, like they're gonna power crush you, or maybe they rage art. No, you don't have to think about that, right? Yeah, this move. Because if they were gonna power crush you or rage art you, it was gonna work either way, right? You're skipping the entire neutral. If you're skipping the neutral like that, power crush and rage art are just consequences of you running it. That's just the rushdown playstyle. So like you're gonna have to experience that either way. So those aren't even on the list. Those even aren't on the list. So you don't have to think about whether or not whether or not to do a mid. Like this is already a good move, but now it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Like why would I go through this long process in which you could pull something out of your ass like a Yoshi flash when I could just do this and get the same result, and now I'm in heat. So I get access to all the heat moves, including I can do it again. And here's the thing where I don't get about it being a heat dash, right? Is not only does it replace the high options I was going to use before, right? No, I don't want to do that. Why did it, man? Not only does it replace the high option I was going to do before, right? That's minus 11. Here we go, this one. It replaces this option, because minus 4, right? Because you can interrupt that, right? You can duck the high, so you're putting yourself at risk. You can sidestep it. So, I'm not going to use any of those moves now, because this covers the same distance, is also safe, just one frame less safe, right? This way safer than this one, right? And also has the property of heat engager, is also a wall splat, just like the rest of them. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna use this. I'm just gonna use this until I'm ready for a mix. You know what I mean? Like, until you're ready to make, like, you're essentially gonna use this to force them to stand. They can never duck if this move is used. Oh, but what if I don't want to use my heat? I mean, I guess if you don't want to use your heat, sure. I guess. I mean, like, if you don't want to use your heat, like, you can just default to maybe this or that. But like, I think it's one of those things where if you have a character with such safe attacking, why not just use your heat? Just use your heat, cheese as much like HP as you can. You know what I mean? Because you're still +3 at the end of that. So you can do heat smash into forward, so you're +3 to +3. You know what I mean? And then you can still sidestep. And I guess I'm doing a poor job of describing why this is so tough. Let me check my notifications because I've been here a minute. So the reason it's truly like bothersome, sure, it has all these properties. Sure, these other moves are gonna get used, but it's Tekken. There's tons of fucking moves. Nobody cares. The issue, even besides the neutral skip portion, even besides it being pretty much brain dead, like fuck it, just do it. Right? If I don't know what to do, I'm just gonna try this. Right? Is the fact that now, whenever you're interacting with a Kunimitsu after any sort of dash, right? This is not only on your mind, so it like makes you stand still, which makes you susceptible to grabs. Right? Uh, I think she has like a perfect throw game, right? Maybe not. Makes you susceptible to grabs. Makes you susceptible to like lows, which is just how a move should function. Yes, but after she's wrong, she can still step, which means you have to take even more time mentally after she's already made the wrong guess to establish whether or not she's sidestepping or she's blocking or she's mashing, right? And because of the fact that it's safe and she can step, it creates the possibility for you to be wrong, which makes you hesitate. And it's a good reason to hesitate. You should hesitate because, like I was showing before, if you're wrong, or what do you think she's gonna do? Right? Hold on. You get comboed, and I just got hit with a like, what, a 100 damage combo. So if I got hit with a 100 damage combo, getting comboed is the worst situation. So I'm not gonna just like press willy nilly. Also, if this character has decent punishment, like 442, 4442, uh, let me see if I can do it. It's actually really hard to do. Is my inputs being read? Display command history. I'm trying to do 442. It's like really hard. It's really hard. I'm trying to think. What's a? Nah, I'm gonna do something simple. Like this will guarantee give me the punish. So like, Yeah, I'm just not able to do it right now. I can't do 4 forward. Why can't I do 4 forward? Hold on, let me turn off. There we go. Wait. They made it -9. That used to be -14. They made it safe because they stopped it from being a heat dash launcher. Oh, bro, I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, why can't I get this punished? I was like, why can't I get this punished, bro? All right, so that's like that gave you like a millennia to punish it, all right? Because it's nice swap. All right, but the point is, you can access a punish like that because she has good punishment, right? She has a bufferable 14 frame launcher. I think can't she do it from crouch? I don't know why I did that. Quite good. Quite good. I'm forgetting the input for it. That's super late, but it'll be fine. There you go. So you can get a 14 frame launch from crouch and or standing. That's bufferable, right? That was a full launch. There we go. So, if this character has punishment like this, where you can punish all 14 frame moves with a launch, you could punish 9 frame moves with a wall splat, because that 4 forward 4 is 9 frames, right? Right, 9 frames. Right. If you are on point, you have some of the highest punishments. So if another character uses a move that's very punishable, you can hard punish them. You can hard punish them. Like if I'm at the wall, see what I mean? Like, you can get a wall splat, you can get a hard combo, you can get like a hard punish on someone for doing something that, in theory, can be okay, but because you're Kunimitsu, and these are the characters I play. These are the characters I play. That if you specialize in them, you have massive fucking rewards. But if you don't specialize, then you don't get to access any of that. Yoshimitsu, you gotta have heavy ball knowledge. Kunimitsu, heavy ball knowledge. Devilgen isn't really the type of character I normally play, but I picked them up because I wanted to work on like my electric inputs. So I picked Devilgen, right? And it's one of those things where I've just stuck it out for so long, and I'm just not gonna go back. And I feel like even in Diligent's case, you like need to be like a specialist in some aspects of like the Mishima tools. And if you are specialist in the Mishima tools, or like Double Jin, you can go very, very far and do very interesting things. Like having a 14 frame launcher is objectively very good. This one requires execution. Uh, like this is, I've been waiting on Kuni since I bought the game. It's been Yoshimitsu, Kunimitsu, Tekken 7, and that's been me. And then now I'm picking up Devil Jin. So there's this is what I've been waiting for, and I'm glad to see that like they kept the frame data for 442, that it's still a wall splat, right? I'm glad that they kept they added interesting stuff. The character doesn't seem overpowered. I just think that like I'm getting basically brought away from this move. That move itself is fucking insane. Like now I'm messing up the punish. Anyway, I just think it's insane. I think it's crazy. I think you get the point by now. Oh, did I write any of that down? Alright. I think if they wanted to make this move more fair and give a reason to actually heat dash it, would be make it -7 so you can't step. Uh oh. It's like a combo tool. So if I do boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it's just a cool combo tool. There's no real reason to write that down, I don't think. Unless there's like interesting -410. Wait, did I say 13 frames? That's 13? We're writing that down. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Up, forward, 4, I-13, mid is a launcher. Okay. Here's a test. Can you sidestep this to the side? To either side. If it's sidesteppable, that's cool. Well, I'm sorry, why does it keep hop kicking? Alright, so you can sidewalk left. Which is her right. Fuck it, I'm making another note. Going back to your perspective. Because I can't be bothered. I don't care. So you can sidewalk it left. You can't sidewalk right. No, you can't sidewalk it. You can't sidestep it. I feel like this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny because you can just be like, launch somebody, break the floor, get a big combo. Is Set really her last combo on the move list? Like her last stance on the move list? I guess we can move on to Catan. Nothing wrong with going on to Catan. I got 40 minutes left before I have to head out. Alright. Catan forward goes to sets. Alright. Catan back goes to back turn, obviously. So means you can do stuff like this. Alright. During Catan, do 1, 2. Heat engager. Safe on block. I feel like the heat engagers being safe on block never makes sense to me. Never made sense. Think about it this way. You want the player to use a variety of moves. You want the player to play in various play styles depending on which enemy they're facing. But then, so you want them to play aggressively, and you want them to play with a variety of moves, and you want them to have fun. It's a competitive video game, so people are going to start using the good moves. So they make good moves and make people want to attack. You give people a thing called heat. And heat amps your damage. Heat amps move properties. Heat extends combos if you use it in the right way. Heat allows you to convert things that normally wouldn't be full combos into full combos. Right? With heat dash launchers and such. So if you have this amp state of heat where you want people to use it because you made it good, right? Because you want players to use the system. So you made the system good because you know players will use what's good. Why are you making the thing that's already good safe? Like, why is it like, yeah, I have a fucking shotgun that shoots Dragon's Breath rounds, but it's also automatic. It's like, dog, why? You didn't have to make the heat move safe. In fact, I would have preferred if a bunch of the heat moves were completely unsafe. So you would be incentivized to either burn heat dash in like low HP situations, which could be a situation where it's like the mental game of, oh, he's gonna burn heat dash. If he does this move, I don't have to worry about any follow up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he did this move, he's gonna burn his heat dash. But if you make it safe, but you don't make it like -9, like hell, even a -9 would make sense to me. Even a -9 would make sense, right? In certain situations with certain moves. Like if you have a heat dash launcher and you throw it out there and it's safe, that shouldn't be in the game. And like I felt this way for a long time, that there's a lot of moves that give you access to heat, which is your amp state, your boss state, but also give you plus frames on the entry so you can keep attacking because it wants to be aggressive. Got it. Cool. So now you can't make heat dash launchers because they have to redistribute the power balance in some aspect in some location. They have to. Because no one wants to play a game where every time you fight someone, they hit you with bullshit and you can't punish them for it. Or their punishment requires like too much execution to the point where it would literally you would have to be a pro player and play this game every day, all day, and train that one skill all the time. And I was like, bro, I even if I was like a streamer and highly competitive, I don't want to face some of these characters when they're amped like that. That just doesn't seem fun. Because the reward for training so hard is to get bullshitted by something else. You pass that skill check and then you get 50 other ones. So like if they made it like here's the thing. If I can heat dash this move, it's because I want to be plus when attacking. Purely enough, right? But if it was -10, it would be no different than if it was -9, except like it would show skill expression to give opportunities for the opponent to get damage in. It being safe is like, well, fuck, I guess. Like she can do this move, be wrong, and duck, and then do a raw rising attack and kill you. You know what I mean? Like, you can still die. And I get that they wanted to be aggressive, so they're making more things safe, and they're gonna make things less punishable, right? But we still have to remember that I cannot be aggressive if the other person has tricks to make me not be aggressive. That means I have to slow down. So it's a hyper-aggressive game with bad sidesteps, bad backdashing, where you cannot activate offense if you're someone's in their offense and the turn never flips. And that's why I was always confused by the initial game design of let's make everyone overpowered in a 1v1 fighting game. Like they're like in a hero shooter when it's like, oh, everyone's overpowered. That only works if you keep everyone relative. If everyone has bullshit they can do, right? The second you release a character that's above everyone else, it's like now we're not having fun because that character literally invalidates my kit. Like, imagine playing, like, Black Panther, and then you run into a Daredevil, and it's just like, bruh, he's marking me through walls and chasing me down every game. The way you completely counteract a Black Panther is chasing him down all game. It's true, you just don't let him set up. And then you create a character who can do that from wherever he wants, and track you perfectly, so you literally can never escape him. And also has a movement to keep up, and also has more health than you, gets more bonus health than you for doing less work, and has more movement tools, and gets his primary resource back just by hitting you. They completely power crap Black Panther and then release Black Cat. Like, Black Panther's dead. He's dead. He's just a dead character. Like, there's no reason to play Black Panther. Like, actually. That's a side tangent. The point that I'm making is it was such a weird game design, and since they've moved away from it, it seems better. Like at first I was expecting this move to like be like hyper safe, closer to 6 instead of 9. Like -9. Like if they made this move -10, I would be fine with that. And someone would be like, "Oh, why would they do that?" Well, you have a cancel. You have a cancel that you can use to, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, it would be bad. Like that move would be bad. Like okay, and even if we like go down a hypothetical thought pattern that this move would be bad because it's -10 and you get punished for using it, and then you can't use it to bait for the crouch. Why should it be good? Why should you just have a move that gives you value completely for free? It's already a heat dash move. Like you can just go, and now it's your turn again. You guessed for free, and now it's your turn. This is the same character that, when in crouch, has a move that enters her in the back turn at +5. You know what I mean? Like, You know what I mean? Like, there's been entire rounds where I've gotten hit with this. This is like, you get like down two into this, right? And then it's like, okay, do I take the guess on a low or do I get fucking launched? You know what I mean? Like, do I? It is a guess. You go boop, and that's zero on hit. Boop. 18 frame move. So like, I guess when I see this, I could try to mash, but I don't know. It's all evasive. It's all high evasive. So you'd have to use like down forward four maybe. Yeah, this move is quite underwhelming. During Catan 2, which is a counter hit launch. It forces crouch and it's +5. No, it doesn't force crouch. It just looks like it. But like +5 is crazy. Cause like you can do 2-2 with Catan, right? Yeah, and they try to master just fucking cooked. And then is this a counter head launcher? Yeah, it is. How do I even? So there's like a step forward. So I think I've seen someone like run up. How do they do it? Whatever. Yeah, I think this move's crazy. I'm gonna write this one down. It's on to what's the frame bit on this actually? 23 frame mid counter hit launcher. You can do 2 down, hold it, transition it into crouch. Let's turn off counter hits. So you can be +5 in crouch. Yeah, that's not sick at all. That's not sickening at all. That's not crazy at all. It's like +5. +5 on block. Yeah, that's fucking wild. And from Catan too. Catan 3-2. Oh yeah, this one. So this one's a launcher, right? So like it goes low, or that's a mid. Oh, it's the 4 option that's low. All right, so it goes 12 punchable mid into launch punchable, the second up mid, follow up. But if you get the first hits, all right. Then it launches. The reason I'm like trying to describe how it works is because this move does not hit. This move does not fucking hit. I think you'd have to bait it like specifically, like you'd have to try to bait it, like as in like play keep out, and then because it does go forward like pretty far, right? So like maybe you like do some back dashes, create some space, and like at tip range, it's -5. But if you whiff, you're dead. Like look how like I'm whiffing it. Like it's range dependent. You can make it safe. Yeah. From -5 to -12. And then the other one is -16 or 15. Doesn't really matter, frankly, to me. A launcher. Now, an important question I have is which direction can you stop this? Because the first one, I didn't write that down and I should have, and I'm telling you, I need to check the way it needs to be stepped. So, how do I do that? Yeah, we'll do it like that. After 2 hits, we're gonna see if you can sidewalk it. Cool, you can sidewalk it right. You cannot sidewalk it left. You can sidestep it right. Not sidestep it left. So, I have to put it down. What is this? Baton 1, 2. 1, 2. 11 frames, of course. 1 frame. Mid. Mid. -7. And then -9. Has the 1, 2 down, hold, cancel into crouch. Side step / slide walk to your left. No, to your right. To your right. Do it one more time just to make sure. Yeah, you gotta side step it to your right. Alright, and then the next move. Let's keep walking. Side to the left? Let's see. Side, walk left. This is side, walk right. So you can sidewalk it left and right for that option, which is the 2, which I didn't write down. Sidewalk left or right. Alright. And then for the 3, 2 option, most likely you're gonna be able to sidestep and walk it like completely. Yep. I feel like the only disappointing part about this in particular is so you cannot sidestep, you have to actually sidewalk it. Okay. Left to sidewalk, left to right. The only disappointing part I say for this move is the fact that whenever you sidewalk it, she's just fucking gone. Like, I feel like if they would make it that on whiff, if I ever miss that first step, right, I shouldn't go into fucking Narnia with the second hit. In fact, the second hit should not come out. I think it should only be an on block or an on block and on hit move. It not coming out would solve this issue so well. Because now it's the same problem we had with the power crushers, where now she's like 60 feet away from me. I can't do a move. Like I would have to visually recognize which move it is while she's doing. There's just no way. There's just no way. Like you would have to like start sprint. You would have to have full faith that you sidewalk, sprint forward early, rage art or something, and even then they could probably get you killed. We got Catan 4-2. This move I actually don't have a power move. Like whatsoever. So 4-2. I remember this from the last game. Catan 4, 22 frames. So obviously you see it's slow, right? And it's a low into a high. This move has probably several weaknesses. I would take a guess, say that side walkable, side steppable. It's a low into a high. Probably low parry it, stuff like that, right? It's also the follow-up part is -9 on block, which you give up your turn completely. Whatever. If you guess wrong with this move, your turn's over, and there isn't something to bail you out like heat engager either. So like the first hit is -2 on hit. Alright, so it gives up your turn. That's good to know. I actually need to write that down. It's -2 on hits. Right. And then if I make it so he's not blocking. I mean that he does block. You need to block it. That's what I need you to do. It's most punishable. So -16. Alright. And that's important because if you make the correct read on a move like that, you should be rewarded with something. Because I know it seems like, oh, the move didn't give you much. Why should you be rewarded for it in the first place? It's because it's a teleporting full screen fucking low, bruh. Like, so like this can cheese the fuck out of you. Where you just teleport, reappear. This is a low where you aren't going to press because you expect the follow-up, and the follow-up would kill you, especially if you're at the wall. Alright. Right? So you're not gonna press. And then there's so many other things like this. And like if you see this and you correctly assess it's going to be the low and you block the low versus it being the literal launching mid and you make that right guess, you should get something for it, bro. Cause this is hella stressful. These look so similar coming at you. Like the only difference is like the height. That's it. That's literally the only difference. And then what's the frame data for when it does hit you? 15. Yeah, but that's less important. Alright. The question is, can you sidestep? I believe the answer is going to be yes, because why would it not be? Sidewalk. It, again, has the same issue as the other move, where when you sidewalk her, she just goes into fucking Narnia. Still a problem. Listen, again, this is my character. This is my character, and I still think this is dumb. I think the only person who could punish this is probably Kunimitsu, because she has the full screen like Kunai. Like this is also dumb. This is still dumb. I don't care if it's my character. I don't care if like this is my like day one. You know what I mean? Like it's dumb, and we just went through a whole thing where heat smashes have the same problem, which I think they still have the same problem. Like I think that hasn't been fixed yet. And for this new character to be dropped with that problem, even if it is from an older game, still, which means they went through the entire development. They said they spent 2 mil per character for the 3D modeling, right? Recreating them, making the assets, blah blah blah, right? They spent 2 million on the character, plus X. Hold on, make sure my controller good. Good. They spent 2 million per character, plus more through development time and balancing and coding, right? And you're telling me that no one went, hey, is this sidesteppable? Should it be sidesteppable? Because those questions naturally follow up with, oh, when I sidestep, this bitch flies away. Is that fair? The answer is no. I made the correct read, and if this is a game of eight option rock paper scissors, and I chose the correct option to account for that one that would have got me killed from another move, I deserve something, and you get literally nothing whenever you sidestep that move. Alright, Catan 1+2. I've seen this before, I just don't know what it does. So like... Oh, it's an unblockable, but... How am I supposed to use this? Is it wall spot? No. I mean, like, it's a higher blockable, but, like... I can see how this would be cheese to, like, cheese some points off people, but, like... Yeah, I guess. And that's it. That's all of them. I mean, Catan doesn't really have much. I guess there's, like, the back turn stuff I can look at, but... Yeah, I'm about to get going, actually. I'll be back in, like, an hour. So I can finish up the labbing. But for now, it's pretty much the same Kunimitsu, except there's, like, certain changes. I mean, everything looks to be similar, but I know there's probably, like, something missing, right? Maybe I'll go back on, like, T7 and see if there's, like, any move that just isn't here. Like, let's go back to the basic moves. I know there's some stuff. Like, there's a wall under that I need to find. Is it this one? No. This the wall under. Yeah, we'll get to this when I come back.